Let's say you want to add a text to your textures, or maybe create 3D letters for your models. Alright, calm down. First, we need to understand how text works in Blender. Hi everyone, I'm Francisco Salazar, but you can call me Fran. In today's video, we're going to learn how to create text in Blender, explore its properties, and also solve the most common font issues you might face. So without further ado, let's get started. Open a new Blender file, but first, let's prepare the text we want to use. I'll open Notepad and write, hello friends, welcome to the jungle. Now, back in Blender, let's create it. You might think, maybe I can create each letter manually. Let's try it quickly. Add a plane, go into edit mode, start cutting edges, deleting faces and adjusting the shape. Okay, we have an H. But are you really going to model every letter like this? No way, right? Forget it. Let's do it in the right way. Press Shift A, go to text, and boom, you have a text object. Go into edit mode and you can start typing your text. Now that we have our text, let's explore all its properties. Select the text and go to the Object Data Properties, which is represented by this A icon. Here we have resolution. Like curves, lowering the resolution reduces vertices and detail. Texture space. We'll leave it as it is, because we're not using textures right now. Geometry. Here you can offset, extrude, and add depth to your text, giving it a full 3D look. Font. This is where you can change the font. Click Open, find your fonts folder and select any installed font. For example, I'll pick Arial Regular. And there you go. Now, if you want to use a bold variation of your font, in the font properties under the bold section, click Open Font and select the bold version of your font. Then, go into edit mode, select the text you want and apply bold. If you want to apply italic, in the font properties under the italic section, click Open Font and select italic version of your font. Again, in edit mode, select the text you want and apply italic. And just like that, you can choose between multiple fonts. Also, if you click on Fake User, the little shield icon next to the font name, you can save the font inside your Blender file, just like we do with materials. This way, you won't lose the font if it's not assigned to any text when you close the file. In the Transform section, Size lets you change the scale, Shear tilts your text sideways. You can also make your text follow a curve. Just add a curve, then, in the Text on Curve setting, choose the curve you created. And now your text follows the curve. Nice, right? Some properties like underline and small caps won't do anything until you activate them. So let's see this example. Select your text, choose underline, and now you are able to adjust its vertical position and thickness. Same for small caps. Activate it, and adjust the small caps scale. Let's try it with our text. Select the part you want to change and apply the properties. You can deactivate all the changes you made by simply deselecting the corresponding property. If you're working with longer text, maybe you'll want to try common paragraph settings here too, such as alignment and spacing. Okay, but what if you want new fonts? Let's go to the browser for free options, for example to Google Fonts. Find a nice font, in my case I'll try Monotone, an Art Deco style font. Download it, extract it, open the TTF file and click Install. Now let's go back to Blender and search for our new font. You'll notice that the font is not showing up in the list of options. But if you check the fonts folder outside of Blender, you can see that the font is installed there. So why can't Blender find it? Where is it? Don't worry. This is a common issue. When you click Install, it usually installs the font only for your current Windows user, even though it looks installed in the system fonts. Blender, however, often requires fonts to be installed for all users to recognize them. To fix this, right-click the font file and choose Install for all users instead. If we return to Blender and search again, you'll see that the font appears. And you can use it without any problems. Now, let's talk about another common problem: broken fonts. Say I download Montserrat Medium from Google Fonts. Install it for all users and try it in Blender. But as you can see, it looks like broken, right? Why is this happening? It's because of glyphs. Glyphs are the shapes that represent each letter. Some fonts have overlapping faces inside their glyphs, and Blender doesn't know how to handle that. Let's check it. Go to Font Drop the font there, and let's inspect letter E. See? Overlapping faces. Let's try another letter. The W. Look, we have the same issue. This isn't a problem in most graphic design software like Photoshop or Illustrator, because they render fonts differently. But Blender treats text as geometry, and it can handle overlapping shapes properly. So, these overlaps must be cleaned up for the font to work properly. Now, how do we fix this broken font issue? Well, the easiest way, and what I recommend first, is simply to try to find the same font somewhere else. Find a clean version of the font from another website and check it with FontDrop. But sometimes the solution isn't that easy. Maybe the font you want is very specific, or it's rare and you just can't find a clean version anywhere. In that case, we move on to solution number 2. we manually clean the font ourselves. Font editors like Glyphs, Glyph Studio, FontLab, and Font Creator are made for this. But also, vector graphic editors like Illustrator or Inkscape can do the job. In this case, I'll use an open source font editor called FontForge. Let's see how it works. Go to FontForge website, download it, and install it. I already installed it, so I'll just open it up. Once it's running, find your font file. In my case, I go to Downloads and select Montserrat Medium. Here you'll see all the glyphs of the font. Let's pick one letter to test. Let's try the E. You can clearly see the overlapping shapes, and you can modify the individual points. To fix it, press Ctrl A to select everything inside the glyph, and then press Ctrl-Shift-O to remove overlaps and leave a clean, closed shape. Great, the E is fixed. But wait, we're not going to fix every letter one by one, right? Instead, go to Edit, Select All, then go to Element, Overlap, Remove Overlap. Wait for a few seconds. Now let's check another letter, like a W. And you can see there are no more overlapping shapes. Problem solved. Now it's time to export the font. Again, go to Edit, Select All, then go to File, Generate Fonts. Select True Type, PDF, leave the default options, choose your destination folder, I'll use Downloads, and click Generate. Before testing, let's double check. Drop the font into Font Drop, and you'll see that there are no more issues. Now install the font. Remember, install for all users. Return to Blender, search for the font, and there you have it. Fully working, clean font ready to use. And that's all for today's video. If you found this helpful, please give it a like and share it with others. It really helps a lot. Did you learn something new? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Also, if there's anything else in Blender you'd like me to cover, let me know. Don't forget to subscribe for more tips and tutorials. Thanks for watching, see you next time.